Excuse me. Don't mind me coughing into a mic that's live. I guess we gotta shout out all the socials. This fucking guy in Discord is not biting my fucking meme. I'm trying to go fishing with this fucking guy called Dr. Stoner. He won't fucking tell me a timestamp, so I'm just gonna say 10 minutes before that. Fucking guy, dude. Oh man. he won't bite, dude. Fuck, man. Just give me a goddamn timestamp so I can tell you I was doing it 1 minute first. Fuck, dude. Like, how hard is it, man? Okay, I guess we gotta start the stream. What's going on, everybody? Oh, we gotta do chart cleanup, dude. Today's the day of chores. Gotta do chart cleanup. Ugh. What's up, Chatland? What's going on, everybody? Chatlandia. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Can the chatbot answer kind of complex question? It can try. You could definitely try it. I would recommend doing it now while it's still free. For community right now, it's absolutely free, but in the future, you're gonna have to pay for those questions. So hit that sucker up, baby. Oh man, Billy Idol's so good. How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing good? I'm gonna be coming back to streaming. Yay! Cotton's back to streaming. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming lots. From here out, I'm gonna be doing like multiple streams per week, and I'm gonna check if this is working on YouTube and also Twitch, which it is. Oh, cool. Yeah, shit. Awesome. What up, YouTube peeps? Oh, everybody's chatting over on YouTube? Okay. Got the Twitch stream is running. YouTube stream is running. What do people prefer? Watching this on YouTube or watching this on Twitch? I'm just gonna do both, by the way, but I need to know how to set up my stream for the chats and all that stuff. Talking about trading? Yeah, we're gonna talk about some trading, dude. We're gonna talk about it. We got a new stream overlay. We got a lot of updates. Okay, let me get into this. We've got a lot of updates going on here. So we have quite a few things to discuss today. Number one, I'm coming back to streaming, so that's effing hype. That is absolutely dope. That's gonna be happening next week. I wanted to come back to streaming this week, but I've run out of time doing Chart Raiders dev stuff. So we come back next week for the full-time streams. Now, when I say full-time, like, I mean 2-3 times a week kind of thing. Maybe 4, if I could swing it. Last day to start again. What's up? So we got some new stream stuff going on here. We got a whole bunch of Chart Raiders updates. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. As we all know, paid matches are coming pretty soon. Let me shift my camera here a little bit. It needs to go more... No, that's the wrong way. We just went the wrong way, dude. Let me go more this way. We gotta fix this camera angle. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot of updates to talk about. I'm still waking up. I was up till I would say like at least midnight. Working on Chart Raiders. So Chart Raiders is getting hype. We have a completely new look coming. So I want to talk about this for a second, okay? Everybody who's using Chart Raiders right now, the thing with Chart Raiders is the design is like 4 years old on it. So I have been working super hard for the past, I would say 2 months now on the redesign. We got the website up, so that's cool. That's hype. That's good. The website is a small part done, by the way. The website is just on the first of 4 deployments. Second deployment on the website should be coming soon. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what's coming to the website. We have a couple different sections, and I guess I could kind of walk through this and show people. Like, do people want to see what's coming for the website? Yeah, you know what? Why not? It's fun. It's fun. Okay, let's switch to a monitor capture here. Give me 1 second. Let me add this thing. I haven't streamed in so long. None of this stuff's set up, so we just gotta all be like pretty chill. Okay, let's get this thing. This is not what we want at all. What? Dude. This is blasphemy. This is not it. This is not what we want at all. Okay, hold up. Bear with me. Technical difficulties. Okay, here we go. Let's go through it. Let's hit up some design stuff. Right? Like, that's fun for now. Okay. This way we can keep our ticker going on, because we got that ticker at the top of our screen. We've got all the stuff we need to see on the screen. Okay, we're good, we're chilling. All right, let's talk about this. We've got a huge website deployment coming on. I guess I'm gonna spill the beans on what's coming out here. So let's go take a look at it. Okay, right now we've got multiple sprints going on. So right now we've gotten this done right here. Let's turn off this. Here, you know what? We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go up here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Now we got ads playing. That's super fucking hype. Everything is hitting at once. This is good. Okay, turn the ads off for now. Good. Okay, website. We just deployed like the Chart Raiders website, and that was pretty cool because we were able to get the Neon Bones section up. We were able to get, which is the new colors that we're using. I've gotten a lot of questions about that actually. I can even bring that up on stream if we really want. I've gotten a lot of questions about the website actually, like obviously good questions, but let's bring it up. And let's go through the website, what we currently have first, okay? This is what we're working with first here. All right, so we've got the website stuff going on. And so we have like a whole game section, right? FAQ, rules, matches, all this stuff is not live yet, okay? You got matches, you got rules. It'll just link you back to the main page. Our journey, community links is live. Okay, that's the only one. This is all coming up, okay? So, you know, we can talk about all this. The only one that we have live is this community links page. So you can like, you know, you can toggle on and off the ones to see which ones are which, and that's it. And you've got Chart Raiders here. You got a little preview here. So this is fine. Like, you guys want to keep up to date with all the stuff that I've got going on in Chart Raiders. This is the feed, right? I've done a Substack now, which is hype. I'm really enjoying Substack. I'm really writing a lot of, and I gotta fix my Substack. It kind of looks like crap right now, but you know what I mean. But I gotta fix this. That's fine. We're gonna do that. It's not a big deal. Yeah, the Substack is good. I have been putting a lot of effort in the Substack and just writing my thoughts about this process because I think this is really cool. I think this is really cool to capture my thoughts about what's going on in the Chart Raiders. This is kind of like the first behind the scenes thing going on. So people have been asking for behind the scenes content. This is the first part of it because I'm sitting here writing articles, kind of giving people just that little bit of insight as to what's going on behind the scenes, just in written form. Now, I am going to be making videos, behind the scenes videos of Chart Raiders coming up very soon. I have been spending all my time right now on redesigning the actual game. So like, I am not going to be showing off the new redesign for the game, but Chart Raiders, when you log into Chart Raiders right now and you're playing the game, it is a 4-year-old design. Okay, so let's talk about that it's a 4-year-old design. I never had the time to redesign Chart Raiders for the modern world. I have just been working on the functionality with the team. Now, when we launch paid matches in July, like end of July, beginning of August, it's like right there. You know, we're working on it right now because it is an extremely complex thing that we are trying to pull off with the paid matches. And we can talk about that after. There is so much stuff to talk about. I have been so like nose down in the grind gutters, just pushing as hard as I can. I've redesigned the entire software, okay? It looks like nothing anybody has ever seen before. It is slick, it is smooth, it looks futuristic, it is like no trading experience out there. Right now, if I had to rate the visuals of Chart Raiders, I'd rate it like a 4 out of 10. I think it's fine, but it's also a 4-year-old design that was just elaborated on by myself, where I was just like, okay, well, we got to get this working, so let's do that, let's do this. This is the first time I'm actually getting to redesign Chart Raiders, the look and feel of it. Since I started this project like 4 or 5, well, more than 4 years, so 5 to 6, we're going on 6 years soon. Since I started this 6 years ago, this is the first time I've been able to actually redesign. The new design, I'm gonna tell you right now, the new design is so insane. It is so beautiful. God, I want to show people so bad. Can I just like show one feature? Like, fucking seriously, is it that big of a deal? Like, yeah, it fucking is, because it's supposed to be a surprise. Dude, I always do this to myself. Like, I want to show so bad, but like, I don't know. I guess we'll just wait till July. Do it? Yeah, of course you would say do it. But yeah, like the whole thing is redesigned. Everything from the way the screen looks. I guess the best thing I can say is the website and how much improvements happened to the website. With 4.7, I haven't tried 4.7. I've been using 4.6. So yeah, I'm sure 4.7 is gonna be hype as F, right? Like, I'm sure that's gonna be great. You know, 4.7, I'm sure it'll be awesome. No, I haven't used it yet. I know it's out. I haven't used it. So the whole entire thing is going to be redesigned. So if you like the look of the website, this is 1/10 as nice as the new game design. I don't think anybody's going to be expecting what they're about to see. I think the whole entire software is going to be completely change the way people look at day trading from a visual only standpoint. I'm not talking about the features like trade delay, peak meter, all that, which by the way, peak meter has been completely redesigned. It is going to be so nice. Should I show something of it about it? Like, I don't know. I feel like I should and I shouldn't. Like, I'm kind of in between. Like, okay, what would people want to see? What the new peak meter looks like? What the new trade delay looks like? What the new chat windows look like? What would people want to see? Forgot your password? Oh man, that sucks. We gotta open this window. It's super hot in here. I'm gonna start sweating soon. It's too hot with the lights. Just main screen before going into matches? No, I can't show that. That's too much. That's like you basically see the whole thing. Let's come back to it. Let's talk about the website for a minute. Let's come back to that, and then we will do that. We're gonna come back to it. Let's talk about the website updates here. Okay, so right now we have basically have just put up the community links section. We've got jobs and opportunities coming up soon. Chart Rater's going to be going through some hiring. We are going to be hiring internal community people first, and it's going to be everything from AI masters to game masters to game master is a fun position, by the way. Game master is somebody who's we're gonna have to find people, and people would have to obviously be in Portland, but we're gonna be hopefully later this year purchasing an office, a big expansion of Chart Raiders as long as everything goes good with our launch, and then we're gonna get into hiring. So that's fun because you know what, I'm a big fan of community hiring first, hiring within the community, and we're gonna have everything from, like I said, game masters to AI developers to game developers to studio developers. We already have our wonderful Ahivet as an audio engineer, and he's an important part of the company. What else are we hiring? We're going to be hiring lots of positions, so that's fun. That's fun. And people have to come to Portland to work in the office if they wanted to, but we are going to be hiring from within, so that's cool. And then we're going to also have remote options for some of the positions, and then bounty hunters. Which is cool too. So like free positions that just all you do is play the game and stuff like that. So that's fun, right? Like bug testers, bounty hunters, stuff like that. We got all this stuff going on. This is going to be a big one right here, the FAQ page. The FAQ page is a massive amount of information that's going to be coming in. Then we have something called the Vault. The Vault is cool. So let's go take a look at this thing. Okay, so we've got, and I think we're just going to go through pages one at a time. So we got the FAQ. The FAQ system is going to be, a bunch of questions and different things about the game. So this is like a huge, big overhaul here too. The FAQ is going to be, everything from what is Chart Raiders to how do I play matches, et cetera, et cetera. So we have a whole FAQ thing coming on. We got our game rules coming on. So we've got our game rules about to be launched as well. We have to get this all ready for July, because in July we're launching paid matches and everything has got to be like perfect. And we got to have no bugs, no issues. We've been spending a ton of time upgrading the servers right now as well. So we've been doing a ton of server upgrades. And as well with server upgrades, we've been doing a lot of just like fixing bugs, fixing issues, things not, functioning properly or whatever. It's a massive piece of code that has a lot of auditing to do, right? Then we've got our matches, our match histories that we're going to be having online. We have obviously our journey, which people have, I think would be familiar with. This is, the journey of Chart Raiders in the YouTube videos that come out. Jobs and opportunities, right? So everything from like engineers to data scientists to etc. Community leads, video editors, marketing. We have our compliance and legal officer already. We've had him for a long time. You know, customer support things, UX, UI designers. We've got a whole bunch of people and positions coming in, and you know, even to be able to earn raid rewards for people in the community who just want to be like, hey, I just want to do like bounty hunting and software testing. Yeah, sure, we can just, you know, easily position that for people, which is great. Responsible gaming. This is a whole build out of options for your account panel. You know, you got your privacy sections, your support sections. Let's talk about the vault. The vault is hype. This is going to be a massive resource center. In the vault, okay, we are going to be putting in a bunch of different resources to help the community. So what my plan is for the vault, let me talk about this for a second. What my plan is for the vault is that I'm going to be building guides for people. So like, for example, I want to learn how to be a scalp trader. So I'm going to make like a scalp trading guide. It's also going to tie and connect to the skill tree where you can pick different options about like, okay, well, I want to train something specific. Like you'll be able to select a skill set and it will present a certain set of lessons to you, quizzes, things like that, that will help you learn how to day trade better. And it can be very tailored to, I want to learn mental analysis, for example. I want to learn how to be a scalp trader, could be another path you could go down. I want to be able to be a swing or a position trader is another set of paths you can go down, and it'll present you with options, questions, quizzes, the right lessons, and just kind of like a full flow of how to accomplish that goal that you set out. And the vault is going to be a big part of that, because this is going to be just this massive document dump, everything from like getting started and helping how to learn how to play chart raiders, user manuals, strategy guides, different systems, technical documentation, version histories, our in-game newsletter, which we need to put out another one soon, compliance documentation. But this strategy section, this one is going to be, you know, like this will be like, oh, massive, right? Like there will be a lot of different things there. Like we're going to put a big emphasis on really helping people become the best day traders they can. That's one of my goals, and it always has been, just really help people. So we got that, and then let's go back to the website real quick. And we got, that's the vault. We've already got gamified day trading up and running. Like this just kind of describes what we are, right? Like it's a pretty goddamn big page for anybody who hasn't seen it. Like it's massive, right? We got all sorts of stuff here. And then we got Day Trading Decrypted, of course, the wonderful Day Trading Decrypted. This thing has been so helpful for people, and this is going to be further elaborated on. Day Trading Decrypted doesn't stop at these 50-something lessons. It doesn't stop there. It actually is going to be continued to be developed. And then inside of Learn as well, we have other systems that we are going to be pushing on. So like right now we've got Neon Bones. Neon Bones is our official color schematic for chart raiders, and we are going to, oh, this needs to be centered. Ew, what is that? Hello? Center, please? But yeah, this is going to be something that is our color panels going forward, and you have an expandable and contractible panel to look at this stuff if you want to. So that's what's going on the website. The website's been awesome. It's been really great to develop it, and there's like 3 more large trunkets of information coming out, because the website is a massive piece of what Chart Raiders is, right? So that's that. That is that for an update on that on the website there. Let's go back to the charts for a minute here, see what's going on soon. So yeah, that's what's going on with the website. I have been spending a ton of time redesigning what the future of day trading looks like in terms of visually, what Chart Raiders looks like. And I will say that in July, I think people are going to be absolutely shocked at what is coming out. Data set to train the AI. Can't wait for competitive matches. Community-based matches will also be so cool. Yeah, so we have large-scale matches coming out. So we're going to have a match archetype that's 1v1. I wonder if I can show that actually. What do people, first off, let me ask this. What do people want to see? Do they want to see Chart Raiders behind the scenes stuff? Like what we're working on and adding? Because I only have about an hour today to stream. So my time today is limited, but I'm coming back to streaming full-time next week. Like I said, full-time is 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes 4 if possible, to do everything from trading and training, mentorship videos, all sorts of stuff. Like I'm going to be doing all sorts of stuff on the stream. But for today, what do we want to focus on? Do we want to focus on just charting and talking shop while doing some different chart stuff, or do we want to talk about Chart Raiders behind the scenes? And while people answer that, I'm gonna catch up on chat. I haven't caught up on chat yet. Chatbot and CR answer complex questions. Absolutely, I can. going fishing? Like, am I going fishing? Oh yeah, in the chat. 70 points on yes. Nice, Blazos. You really liking the AI Bonga Pop? Yeah, the AI is super cool. The AI is super cool. For anybody who hasn't used it yet, use the AI while it's free. Absolutely. You enjoy Neon Bones? Yeah, it's going to be really good. I've gone to red and green candles, and I'll just get into this. People have been asking me why the candles have gone red and green. I've gotten that question a few times, actually. I'm going to talk about that, too. So blue and white candles, great. I actually battled with this decision on Chart Raiders. Do we make the candlesticks blue and white, or do we make them red and green, or do we do like a hybrid version and go something like, I also considered monochromatic candles. The idea behind blue and white, when I first invented this back in 2018, you know, I realized it caught onto the world and everybody uses blue and white candles now, and that's cool. And the reason I invented it was because of a very simple thing. I always saw, geez, I have the hiccups here. I always saw there was way too much emotion put on red and green candles. So for me, historically, I have always said blue and white candles are the way to go with trading, simply put, because a blue and white candle is going to allow you to have no emotion. We are pre-trained from birth to say red is stop, green is go. We see it in traffic lights, we see it in stop signs, we see it absolutely everywhere. So I was always a fan of neutral, like just having neutrality, or just like a completely neutral stance when it comes to doing candlesticks, right? So like that was my thing. I was always looking at it from a completely neutral standpoint, which I thought was awesome at the time, and it still is. Having completely neutral candles is great. The problem is when you make something like Chart Raiders, you need to have kind of a global acceptance. So we have to consider the brand new users who are coming onto this platform. So you're asking users to say, okay, come on our platform. Not only do we gamify day trading, and it's a pretty complex system, but we also have blue and white candles. I feel like it pulls too far away from attracting a new user and isolating them too much in saying, okay, if we have a new user, are they going to feel comfortable using the software? Because if they don't feel comfortable using the software, it's going to be an issue with getting brand new users. So with that said, there's another path you kind of go down. So you say, okay, red and green candles, but then the industry recognizes red and green candles as bull and bear, up and down, et cetera, et cetera. Nobody has really ever gone and actually built a framework to support candle colors. So that's what I have with my colors. That's a second part of this kind of discovery that I went down. When we do our levels and our colors, this was always to get information quickly. So the ultimate system that I created back in 2018 was like this: neutral candles. It could be black and white for all I care. Neutral candles, so you don't have any like emotional pull. And then also colored levels, so that you have absolute, complete, clear information all the time. You know which levels are which time frames. You use a specified time frame. It just streamlined success and information very quickly. I feel like combining all of those systems to red and green is better. And then my red and green is not really a red and green. I would say it's more of a salmon and a cayenne. So this still looks very much like your red and green candles. Okay, we can delete some of these levels. We don't need them. This is all like stuff for mentorship. We don't need any of this stuff. Need that's polarity, 4 hour, 15 we don't need. Hourly, this 4 hour we don't need as well. That's a deep dive to the combo, and then we're gonna look at that after. So that's kind of where everything is. The decision to go back to red and green is to have a better grasp on new users who come onto the platform, because the reality is there's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people who we would expect to come on to Chart Raiders from my science, but then the gamers out there is the numbers in the billions. And so when you're asking brand new users to come onto your ecosystem, you want it to feel normal and comfortable for them. So that's where I think it made more sense to go back to red and green. And actually it works better visually for the new update, because we turn the candlesticks black and white when we use something like Peak Meter in the new update. So that's a cool little sneak peek. So that's why going back to red and green for me was actually a decision that took me a lot of time. Love the new UI. Give some glow on the colors, make the lead. Oh, I'm gonna tell you something, Bonga Pop. The whole thing is reinvented. When you see it in July with the updates, you're not gonna recognize Chart Raiders. It is a completely brand new experience. Nobody has ever seen anything like what we're about to put out. Data set to train the AI. Can't wait for competitive matches. Yep. Comp matches coming in July. Can you change the colors for candles? No, we're not allowing that because it's an like, why can't we change the colors for ourselves? We'll allow different color sets in the future, but they'll be predefined because we have to work in what's called ADA, which is American Disabilities Act, and different types of compliances. So we need to have like a set of colors that works as a preset use case, because we have to consider things like ADA, which is American Disabilities Act. We have to consider things like that when we're building the software, because it's supposed to be usable for everybody. So we will have official Chartrators colors that we continue to create and work on as time goes on. So yeah, like, you know, if you want candles that change, like you want to have all this customizability, like, you know, you go here and you change your colors, and you know, you're gonna symbol and you're gonna change everything, and you change all these lines and all this stuff. You like, that's what TradingView is for. Chartrators is a gamified day trading platform. So when you're thinking about Chartrators as a platform, you're thinking gamified. We have our look and feel that we want our community using, because it makes it more recognizable long term for esports, right? Like here, I'll give a good example of this. Here, I'm gonna show one thing, and this isn't gonna be groundbreaking, but take a look at this. Let me turn my camera off for this because you guys won't be able to see anything. Okay, so this is like our new chat window, right? For example, you can click here. We have all sorts of different options that are coming in for the chat, everything from sound and radio to bonuses. And I'm not going to click any of these other panels because I don't want to give anything away. To bonuses, to team voice chat, to this one is bounties, I believe, equipment. Bonuses is supposed to be called bounties anyways, but that's fine. Oh no, bounties is here. That's right. Bonuses is your it's not supposed to be, that's supposed to be multipliers. Bounties, you've got system, and then in here, this is the chat system, right? Like you can go and see what you want to do with players. You want to send them a message. You want to you know, block them, mute them, anything, whatever. Right, and then so what I'm wanting to show is this deep gold. So we have different UI structures that we will do like this. So you can see you can change different structures, but to let users have their own completely unique structure would take away from our ability. We have something called observer mode coming up, where you can just go and observe any match. Almost think of like Steam replays on Counter-Strike. You can just go and observe match to learn to do things like that. So we don't want to allow users to be able to have complete authority over their own colors. That's what some kind of cheap software like TradingView is. And you know, TradingView is just basically an elaborate Excel sheet with a million options that's made to just get more users. Like their whole thing is not building out the trading community. And they do that inadvertently, which is fine. They build out the trading community inadvertently, but their whole claim to fame is just more features equals more money. That's kind of the way I view TradingView. They don't really offer that much to the trading community other than a way to like have a million indicators, a million options. Like it's all very overwhelming. If you're learning how to day trade, more isn't better. The amount of things that you can click on TradingView is insane. Like, why the fuck do we even have this? Like, what is the point of this when I'm trying to be a professional day trader? Like, what the fuck is the point of this? Like, oh, cool, I can put a big fucking smiley face on my screen. Like, what is the point of this shit, man? This infuriates me with TradingView. Like, all these options, like some of them, fine, they have like fringe use case, but the amount of garbage they do, I swear to God, TradingView's whole entire business idea is add another feature to charge more money for it. The amount of ads that are on TradingView now are insane. Like, because I refuse to pay for the version, not because I can't pay for it, because I refuse to support TradingView. I don't think they have the community's best interest at heart. It is just so insane, the amount of things they add, the amount of options you like. Hey, if it works for you and you love it, awesome. But go, you know, you go do your charting and change colors here. We have like an official stamped color that works for our software, and then as people unlock different things in the game, they can change those colors to be predefined color sets that we like, right? So that's like, yeah, it gets into an interesting thing. This is a whole like intercompany debate that I went through with me and the dev team and our COO Alex and audio engineer Ahivet and all the software engineers. Like this was like a whole conversation, and I ended up falling on this thought. So yeah, I think AI can be cool, but it can get quite complex at the same time as well for someone who's learning, if that makes sense. Most of the information comes from watching your YouTube videos. Yeah, and simply put, if you don't like the AI, you just don't use it, right? If it doesn't work for you, but I think a lot of people will get a lot of value out of that AI. It's like having a personal mentor. It's like having Cotton Candy TA as a mentor, just being able to sit there and type things to it. So it's like fantastic in that way. I think you can add indicators too. No, I'm not adding indicators. The indicators can rot in hell. They're fucking useless. I will never add indicators to chart raiders. I'd rather shut the company down before I do that. I'll light the $5 million or whatever it was that I've put into the development of chart raiders. I'll light it on fire and fucking delete the software off AWS servers and kill all backups before I put indicators on my software. Indicators are a cancer to the industry. Fuck that. I'm never putting indicators in. The way I design it is the features it will have. I will never have indicators in, I will never have indicators there. What are we talking about today? Dan, chart raiders, charts. I got an hour to stream before I got to get to meetings, and then I got mentorship in like 45 minutes, and then I got meetings after that. So today's just like, hey, we're back to streaming. What's up? Testing the stream, making sure everything's working properly, and yeah. Eager to start trading on the website. Greetings. What's up, man? Daily break is coming.
Yo, you want to see something cool?
Bullish or bearish?
No. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
I don't know. I was pretty bearish, but I don't know. We keep breaking polarity. What's next after the book? The book is actually coming soon. We just finished chapter 7. Make the good old days. The salted caramel sheep. Yeah, man. DTD videos. So there's a bunch on the software right now. So on chart raiders, there's all 50 something lessons. We got drills in there. We got a whole ton of stuff. So we got a whole bunch of stuff in there. And then beyond that, there is going to be more lessons coming out. Yeah. ADA compliance people can sue any website for non-compliance. No, well, no, I don't think it's that any ADA organizations can just go and sue websites who don't have ADA compliance. But I think when you're talking about, we offer a product that accepts money for tournaments in the landscape, I think that's where ADA makes a difference. I think that's where, and we want the accessibility for, trading should be open to more people, more demographics. It should be more of a place that's safe and welcoming for people with disabilities, for women. Right now, it's a very like man-coded field that 90% of the audience is men aged 25 to 34. Like it is a very, like 90% of the industry. Now that's a little skewed. That result's not quite 90%, but I mean, we do a lot of studies on this. Even with chart raiders, we do a lot of research on studies. We don't do studies, but we research the studies, and we look at this all the time for who our beachhead markets are, who the people we want to reach is, things like that. And it's so primarily adopted by 25 to 34-year-old men, which is one of the most problematic groups in the world for many reasons outside of day trading. We need to break outside of that boundary and open this up to people who are younger, and also people who are older and who are of different gender and different age groups. Like it's too focused in on this one demographic, and it makes sense why all this shit, like everybody's flooding towards indicators. You got a bunch of young guys who don't know any fucking better, and a million people saying use an indicator, and like of course like it is meant, day trading is meant to target the weakest mentally, the mentally weakest group in human beings is that group of people. Day trading is meant to target them for a reason. Let's be honest about that. Let's have a little bit of discussion about that. It is meant to target the weakest group of humans there is. And it works. It works beautifully. Fucking companies get rich. Crypto scams are at an all-time high. Fucking everybody's pumping and dumping. Everybody's buying into this shit. Everybody's paying for indicators and teachings that go nowhere, and just listening to echo chambers of TikTok advice where you can think you can get rich in 5 minutes quick. Like, this is the most problematic group of people. Fucking of course, dude. It's the same group of people that when I wear black nail polish and put up a video, they fucking have a problem with it. It's the same group of people, man. It's like, of course. So, it's like, that's the thing. There's not a lot of emotional intelligence in this industry, and it's just people falling for more sales tactics. The easiest way to say that. Are you asking about how do I know what time frame I'm in currently? Oh, my time frames are just hidden behind my my bar up top. I can fix that. That's an easy fix. Like, you mean currently on the stream, right? You're not talking about like that? You're talking about this, right? Like what's currently on the screen? Yeah, I just don't have them showing on the stream right now. But yeah, I can just easily turn them on. So yeah, that's everything that's going on with Chart Raiders. I think that's good enough for the updates right now. Let's do some charting. I only have like another 30 minutes or so. So let's do some charting. Let's take a look at what's going on with the charts. And then we're going to get to mentorship after that. And then back to designing. And then we'll be back next week. Tuesday will be the day that I start streaming again, by the way. So Tuesday is going to be like our official longer comeback stream. And this is just like a nice chill, hey, what's up everybody stream. So let's take a look at what's going on with Bitcoin. What are people thinking? Let's start here. What are people thinking with Bitcoin? What is everybody thinking it's doing? So I figured Bitcoin was breaking down because we had been fighting with this polarity for a while here, this backside weekly. I think we can still break down. I think one of the big polarity points have been conquered. I think this was a big one, but I think the biggest one is obviously this level up here. And getting below this as a ladder point would be huge. So what we want to do is we absolutely want to say, okay, we got a daily here. This has been tested multiple times, can be used as a reverse in the future. So let's start there. Reverse in the future. This right here can actually be a fucking fantastic target because this, if it hits, is going to allow us to create like a nice little trend there. But then obviously the reverse level hitting a range trend would be an even bigger moment, but that would be nice if we hit that break level and then we can start creating trends. We were not creating trends off of this, but you know, if this break level hits, then we can create trends over here. But I'm not really interested in that trend. I'm interested more in this reverse trend. 81.8. Looking for the 80s. I think if you get above 79.310, it's just inevitably breaking up. So I think if you do that bonga pop, if you do go above this wick here, this weekly, I think if you get above this, you have already started to float the move back up. So this is a pretty critical moment. I think the weekly was a critical moment, and I think this is a critical moment. Was bearish, but with a weekly break hit. This right here, I would not focus on this break right here if this is what you're thinking. I think that's... I do agree with you that that was an important moment, but that only represents the polarity from here to here. So hitting that break level only allows you to see the top of the move, which is going to be seen in the over the weekend here. We're going to see what's happening. I think when you get over top of this right here, this localized ladder point, that's when you're saying, okay, this whole entire, and how long has this been going on for? Since February? So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a month, 2.5, almost 3 months. I think this whole entire range here that's trying to create depends on if you get over this. If the second you get over this, you kill all trends that could be made. You kill any bottom break levels that can be hit. You're going to be floating the move. You've got a level that will be continuing to hold you up. It is just going to continuously become a problem. So I don't think if you get above 80 that you're saying, okay, we get to this 80 mark and then you come back down. I think it would be very difficult. I don't think it's impossible, but I think if you get over that 80, you open a whole bunch of opportunities to see different things that can hold it up. I think the idea that it will just fall against polarity is gone, and now you're actually in a real Pandora's box. Because technically we're still dumping right now, right? Like it is still dumping right now, technically. This is just a little range on the bigger scale of things. Yeah, I think getting over this will be a pretty big moment. So if you do get to 80, I think that's something to really take a look at and say, okay, maybe we start to shift our opinion towards the fact that we might actually be stabilizing and getting back up to something like this in here. There's going to be some kind of break level here. So, you know, I don't necessarily think we're there yet, but you know, if you flip this chart upside down, it doesn't really look like we're dumping, does it? Like, would you say we're dumping right now, or would you say we're still moving up? This fucking looks like we're moving up. And by up, I mean down, because we flipped the charts. You look at this, there's a whole entire range here that you have to break still. There's all of this stuff here, like this whole level, this reverse, these, you know, backsides in here, origins, stuff from here, polarity points that may have been caused off of this backside here. Well, actually nothing there, but maybe smaller time frame origin stuff in here, maybe somewhere like right here. Looks like there was something right there. Like there's a whole bunch of information. There's different, you know, you might have like even a monthly rat coming. Although I wouldn't really use that. I don't think there's so much holding this thing to move up in this direction still. It's there's a lot. So, you know, if you lose this, all you've done is lost like the local range. You can still lose the local range, go down into this area here, and then still be moving up long term. This is just, you know, move up, pulls back. You've got all of this established over here, moves up, pulls back, moves up, and then, you know, you just flip your charts back over. I think that's where people get like a little too in love with the idea that the biases in day trading are real. Okay, people who have these biases hang on to them, and you know, I don't blame them. Like, it, you know, Bitcoin has performed pretty well historically, but it's definitely a bias to think that we're moving up. Until we're at least given the breaking of this local range, it's a complete fucking bias. I'm gonna delete a lot of this. You know, we're just gonna fucking go and spam delete. It's too much information on the screen, dude. Like, this shit is, it's too much, man. I'd rather just rechart. Like, this stuff, it's too much. Like, yeah, these are all critical levels, but it's too much. I'm just gonna do a reset here. Like, Jesus, man. Look at all this information. It's too much information, dude. It's too much. Let's kill this level here. We've got our hourly there. We've got a daily here. We've got the reverse there. This still hasn't hit. That's fine. 64.5 target. Bottom monthly in master. 1 hour targets, 4 hour backside. Yeah, like, I think we will see this range attacked here. This is not the correct level, but you know, I think you're going to see something in this range targeted down here, or at least this reverse right here to hold up the charts. Like, if I had to assume where the bottom is going to be this year, I would say 53. And then if 53 can't hold, because look, you've already hit this break, and so this break can be a reverse. So testing this is going to be a massive moment. Do we test here? Let me color this. Do we test the weekly break? Do we test the reverse level? Do we test the ladder point, right? Because this is reverse level being tested. This is ladder point being tested. Ladder, ladder, ladder. So do you test the ladder? Because you're asking, the question that's being asked is, do we test the ladder and we're laddering up long term? Do we test the reverse and we're making polarity off of trends long term? Or do we test the break level and then we have one final localized trend that holds us up? So there's like a couple different scenarios. And I think this is really going to be telling about what happens in Bitcoin long term. Like, that's where I'm at with it. Yeah, we're going to be doing lots of chart raiders behind the scenes content coming up. Now that we're getting closer to launch, it's like really getting exciting and amping up. What's going on locally with this move here right now? Okay, so you got a 1 hour rat right here. So let's start marking things out and trying to see what's going on here. Got a 1 hour rat. 15-minute rat. How much time do you have left? 12 minutes? Yeah. 15-minute rat. We front ran the 4 hour. We've also got a break right here, which that break will obviously push past, hit that 4 hour, and then pull back. If you don't have any hourly, you've got the rat right now hitting. So you're hitting the hourly rat right now. Like, that would be your first short, is the hourly rat. If we actually move down off of it, you know, you're gonna have to see that. How many? You've got 2 minutes left right there. You've got a rat right here, right? At this point, I'm not concerned about this 5-minute hold level because it is a 15-minute rat. It's more important to hit that 15-minute rat and to get that information than it is the 5, so we don't need that. And then what do you have here? What has been created on this? So you got a 3-minute here. Okay. You've got... Okay, so this break's never hit. So you're on a 3-minute trail. Okay, that's fine. 3-minute trail here, right? Next one is this right here. So this is going to be your next test, which is going to be the one that hits right now to hold that hourly back, right? So you can kill this, you can kill that. You've got reverse break. Is that hit there? Yeah. Okay, so your target would actually be this right here because this will ladder the move down. I would never use this one. I would always use this. So if I was going to short, I would do it here. It's 77,930. Because you got a 3-minute trail. You got a 3-minute here, right? That 3-minute goes there. You've got your 1-minute trail here, here. This 3-minute there. Okay, so you actually have 2 3 minutes. I was wrong. You have 2 3 minutes. So you have this 3-minute here, and you have this 3-minute here.
Check this out.
Any 5s? And you have a 5-minute break. Okay, that's pretty critical to know. That's pretty critical to know. And you also have this here. And that's it. Yeah, this is your target, 9:30. And then you use this as your stop to back. Well, like you use this as your gauge to where you should put your shield. Oh, I don't look at the news when you're talking about things like Iran and the US are doing a peace talks, and then that affects the price of the charts. That's all blasphemy, dude. That doesn't affect anything. The charts are the charts. It just speeds up the inevitable outcomes that are there to happen. Anything, if you're trading news, you're looking to be an investor, not a day trader. Oh, that shit doesn't matter. I don't think I've ever once looked at the news and been like, how long have I been doing this? Since 2012? In my 13 years, 14 years of trading now, I don't think ever once in 14 years have I ever looked at the news and been like, oh, the president did this, or oh, this news article did that. Let me go and like change my mind. No, it's just all data, man. Any news stuff is just affecting the already in play motion. And anybody who's trading like that is just falling for the hype and is admitting to being second and third in line. If you're trading the news, you're willingly becoming second and third in line. So if you want to be second and third in line on the information, do it. But it's not giving an advantage in any way. News just raises my cortisol. Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, I would be here. I'd be at 9:30. If I was taking a short here, it's the only thing that ladders the move. You could RA this and be like, okay, well, it's only 4% away, so let's go here. There it is. Pop goes the motherfucking weasel, baby. Told you. News that, mother sucker. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you would. So what I like to do in my mentorship lessons is I say, okay, we entered there. This is my blue line where my stop is. So I would stop like right here. I would just always be in profits. Now you're in a free ride. You just walk away for the day. You just set your profits somewhere ridiculous and you just walk away. You know, 100x trade here, you just fucking walk away, dude. Look, you're already up. Like if you use 2Gs, because that's what I use when I trade, 2 to 5Gs. Okay, you use 2Gs on 100x. What are you at right now? $350 almost. Yeah, you just take your 350, walk away. Go. You're done for the day. Like it can be that easy, right? Because now your stop is here. And like, look, you want to. And I tell every student the same thing. Like, you want to make $300 a day and you set your stop and you're done in 1 minute, you can. You want to go and make like 10K a day. Again, you can do that, but now you have to be able to either make that decision between, okay, am I taking a lot of little trades or am I taking the one big trade? Because you want to make, you know, even 5 grand. If you wanted to make 5 grand, this is going to be 2 grand right here. So then you have to weigh the value of this position and the likeliness it's going to hit against your position, right? Because that's the thing. And yeah, so you'd be stopped out of the trade now. But I'd still say this level is still the same thing. But you can see what I mean. Like, news doesn't affect this shit. The levels are the levels. You have it right here, has a massive pullback, and then just goes straight up. And now it's just going to the next level, right? So like, this is just the way the charts work, yo. It's just the way it is. Level here, and it's just 1 stagger, 2 stagger. And it's just, as long as you understand where these data points are, you can make strategies around them. And I think this is where people don't really get the ability to become professional long-term day traders. Is like, as long as you know where the data points are, you just make a strategy around, I know this data point can do that, I need to make this much money, I'm just going to do that on the trade, right? Like, I think that's really where people struggle in day trading a lot. Why did you mark the break level at the body? Did I? Oh, it could be accident. No, it's not at the body. The 5-minute break level's here. That's not the body. Unless maybe I marked something by accident. I don't mark break levels at bodies. It could have just been a misclick. If you're talking about this 5 though, your eyes are broken. Kidding. How much time did it take you to reverse engineer the science before starting to make content? Well, so I started in 2012, so like whatever that was, like 6 years. Oh, I knew it, but I was doing well in trading prior to that, but like, I don't know. Before I started making it public, yeah, like 6 years. Well, like the stuff like this, when you see stuff like this, it's like, it's the proof. It's the proof that the science works. You know, like, it's just, it becomes a very straightforward thing. If you were to stop, you just stop at this 1 minute now. That's a part of trading though. Trading is about, and I want people to understand this. Trading is about, it's about making the right decision at the data points and then having the ability to map out where you need to take profits and how much money you need to make. That is the way I look at day trading. It's about the ability to, number one, read the data, and then number two, to map out where your profits are supposed to be. For me, that is what day trading is supposed to be. That's what I try to teach people in mentorship about. Well, it's so much more than that. We go through deep set theory and logic, but look, when I, like, this is a perfect example right here. Like, literally, I haven't charted this shit in like days. I don't know what's going on with Bitcoin. I just walked in. So this also counterpoints the news statement, because I don't know what's going on with the charts. I have no clue. All I did was mark the data that looks relevant to me, and I just took two points of information and make money on both of them. Right? Like, that's the thing. Like, trading that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be understand the data, and then map out how to let it make you how to make profits off the data that you've mapped out. Like here, again, if you use 2,000 of leverage and you want to make 400 bucks, you just did it right there. So you made 400 here, you made 300 there. Look, how many minutes did we trade? This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes, and you made $700. It's $100 a minute. That's fucking insane. But if you know how to map data, the hardest part of your job becomes understanding the convergence of how we map data and convert that into money. That's how I got really successful really quickly when I first started. Because people ask me, well, how did you get so successful when you first started back in 2018? Because I've been doing this for X amount of years. I struggle. I learned how to map my data to profits. It's what I've always told people about the blueprint. It's what I've always told people about procedural analysis, like understanding what the data is supposed to do and using those things before. Now we get, procedural analysis is all logic flow now. It's just a better name for it. But that's really, the job of a day trader. We don't give a shit about what this stuff does. We just want to print our money. We just want to do, doing the chart sciences, doing the science work on the charts is very rewarding intellectually, because you're taking data points and you're trying to allow the numbers to make sense. Like the charts are constantly communicating with us. A good example is, here's the rat. Are we going to hit the rat and stop here? Because if we are, we're going to dump still, right? Or are we going to hit the hold level? If we're going to hit the hold level, we're going to try to protect the break level. And if we're trying to protect that break level, we could ladder this reverse break level. And that could make a range trend off of this right here, because it's a break level with a 2 candle to 2 candle. So you would need 2 break levels there, which we have on the 1 minute. So this could be 1 minute polarity, therefore going and allowing us to see where the charts are going to break. So the question being asked right now, are you going to hit the rejectionist target? And you are saying, hey, we're still moving down. Are you going to hit the hold level, which is saying, hey, we're trying to open up the ability to have a Pandora's box, albeit local, it's still a Pandora's box. Or are you going to hit the break level, which is saying we're trying to break the move up? And can that break level create polarity? Yes or no? If it can create polarity, you could even go back one step further and be like, well, you can create pseudo polarity with larger polarity. But I think at this point, it's irrelevant to have this. This isn't a data point I would have, although it does communicate something that's important. It's an irrelevant data point to me, because this is not going to polarize the chart against the 4 and then drop the move, right? And then you'd have to do your other time frames as well. Like, oh, okay, so this is also a 3-minute rat, right? It's like we just do a 1 minute as an example, but this is like really what, when you're trying to become profitable at day trading, this is really where you need to be. Like the arena that you need to get comfortable in is how you converge data and being accurate with data, and how you converge being right into money is everything in this field. What do I think about 78,732? I don't know. I don't know what it is. What do I think about it? I think it's a great fucking number, man. I think it sounds sexy, but I have no clue what it is. I don't know. What is this, a break level? I don't know. 78,732. What is this, a reverse? A break here? Yeah, it looks like maybe it's a break here. I don't know. It's a break level. 78,732. Yeah, it's a break level. I don't know, is there a daily break here? The problem with the daily breaks, it can't really hit. Like, I think if you were going to take, like, the best priced in short would be right at the daily break, because it can still ladder the wick. And I think that plays two sides. I think that not only hits perfectly, pulls back, creates the 1, 2, 3, 4th piece of the ladder, but also challenges the break to open up a Pandora's box between breaking that level and creating the rat. And then all the information in between that, I think, is how you tell if that break level is going to be in succession or failure. Succession being that you're moving up past the break, floating the move, and inevitably trying to get out of polarity. I also think you can get above this, move down, and have a quick move down as well. Like, I think there's different outcomes, and I think you'd have to do a bit more charting to understand which one is the most likely to happen. Yeah, I think that's where I would land on that. Not usable, not usable, not... Oh! That's that 5-minute break. Trying to see if it can backtest and bounce. So you polarize against the 5. That means the 15 is in succession, which is here, which, yeah, makes sense. We never hit the rat. 15 minutes in succession, that's the entry. It can continue to be in succession as long as we close over the 5. If we don't close over the 5, we are looking at creating the ladder. Where's that hourly rat? How much time do you have? 45 minutes, and then it's here? Yeah, okay. And that 5-minute is still holding. Yeah, the 5 minutes still holding. It's good. And yeah, we're going to be dual streaming YouTube and TikTok. No, TikTok, Jesus, no. Twitch, YouTube and Twitch going forward. So we got dual streams going on. Yeah, I think things are going to get really exciting content-wise. I've turned the content machine back on. I've been releasing a ton of content this past week. I took a few days off of doing content because I've been working on the last part of the redesign for chart raiders for the paid matches. But yeah, paid matches is another whole entire thing that is a massive legal requirement for us to do. It's not easy to turn on paid matches. It is so cool the way that we designed paid matches. Like, it is so beyond cool the way we've designed this. So I'm going to talk about this for a second because I think this is badass as hell. Okay. We designed paid matches. So first off, it's going to be crypto only. We're not accepting fiat payments to go into paid matches. I am not getting into the dance, and I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not getting into the dance that has to be done in a business standpoint. I would rather operate outside of the norms where you say like fiat markets, PayPal, Stripe, stuff like that. I am not interested in doing the fucking corporate dance with places like that and greasing the wheel and doing shit. Like, I am not interested. It stands against absolutely everything I built chart raiders for. I find it would be a betrayal to myself to do that. Now, that's not to say we won't do fiat payments one day, but right now with the options at hand, I refuse to be in a place where I have to work with a company like PayPal or Stripe. And that comes down to compliance, legal reasons, and then ethical reasons. I'm not getting in business with people who are shitty human beings. There's just no fucking way. There's no way. I'd rather burn the company down. So we're going to be doing crypto only payments. Now, you want to know something really cool about this? We have designed. Okay, check this out. We have designed. Wait, what is this 5-minute? Oh, it's the rat. Yeah, okay, so the 5-minute deep dive, front runs a 15, hits the 5-minute rat. Okay, so then the 3-minute has to be in succession. So you need to be hard closing over this 3 in order to keep holding. So if you can't do this, you're cookered. And then if you can do that, you still have this 3 here. I don't see it happening, but you know, we'll see. I think you just dump here. What'd your profits be right now? Whew. Nice little 26er. We don't need that 3, we need this one. This one rat has already pulled back, but we've got 25 seconds. What about the 5 and the 3? The 3 is there. Where's the 5? The 5 is the 3. How much time on the 5? 2:19. How much time on the 3? 17 seconds. Okay, so we've confirmed 3 keep. 15 is 12, so we don't got that. We've got break, ladder, rat. Ooh. Local rats. We hit a 50. Oh, we hit a 15. Oh, that changes everything. We used a 5 to attack a 15. That's huge. So then as long as we stay under the 3-minute, we're dumping, because then the 5 confirms off the 3, right? But you actually might need to print a 5 because, wait a second, is this an origin? It's not an origin. So you actually can just get away with the 3 rat. The 3 rat becomes like, okay, so if I was in this trade, I would just stop out at the 3 rat. I would just stop out slightly above this 3 rat, like maybe like right here, just to soak profits, just like right here. I always use this like blue color. Yeah, just a little bit above it. Anything else, I'm just like out. Oh, watch it hits the stop and then you're out. Get fucked. Happens sometimes. Not a big deal. But yeah, anything over this 3 is you're gonna make another run back. I think at that point I would, yeah. So you're gonna make another run back over this. So you just stop out there. So it's a really good example of how to take profits. And like I talked about earlier, where you're able to read the data, because what people need to realize is the data communicates to us. The data is always communicating to us. It is always telling. I watch your stream on YouTube. Twitch has too many ads. Yeah, Twitch is fucking horrible. Twitch is horrible for ads, dude. I couldn't agree with you more, dude. Sometimes I'm watching a stream and I'm just like, dude, with the ads, man. Yeah, this 5 minute can hold, that's fine. But that's a perfect example of, if you understand what the data is telling you, you can literally just be like, oh, you're telling me a story? Oh, okay, this is what I do. As long as you know how to read the pages, you're chilling. Do you see what I mean? Like, look at this. Boom, 5 minute re-entry, bang, perfect, off the 15. It's what rejects. Now you got to get under the 3. Easy, right? You're in another position. You've already made 2 profitable trades. Could have been 3, but we didn't actually say that we would have exited this first one, but we did say we would have exited that second one. So we would already been in 2 profitable trades. It's already 70% on the day, right? So that's chilling. Yeah, so when we've done something really cool, and I want to talk about this. We have been able to engineer the ability for people to enter our matches with crypto, okay? And Chart Raiders doesn't hold any of the crypto. It actually sits in a smart contract through escrow on the blockchain, and we actually have no intervention access to that money. So what happens is if you enter a match, Chart Raiders never has intervention. That match, that prize money either gets refunded to you, and we found a way to refund crypto. How sick is that? Through really intelligent engineering, we found a way to have refunds with crypto. That is such a sick thing. And so all the match funds get held on the blockchain in smart contracts until the match is over, and then it gets sent back to users, which includes users being able to refund their own tickets if they don't want to enter matches, or have different ways that you can say like, okay, well, we exited the match, the crypto doesn't need to be sent back from Chart Raiders, you automatically get it back. So if you were to like enter a match and cancel it, you automatically get it back. We actually have no access to that money, it just goes instant. Yeah, see, this 5 minute is polarity. That's exactly why we have it here. Look at this. Pops. What is this level? This is just a floating random number. Where is your next target? Well, so like the target was the 4, but like let's go take a look. Let's actually take a look over here. Does somebody ask what this level up top was? It's just the like the localized point. It's not actually a level. It just represents where, if you wanted to stay in this local laddering, like whatever time frame this is laddering on, whether it be a 1 minute or a 4 hour, it's just a point to say like, hey, we're still laddering under this, because the range is actually like this. This range is actually here. So the point is, do you get over top of that level and start floating the move, or do you continue down it and start creating a trail? Not a trail, a ladder that could generate a trail. And now you look for data points around that. You have everything from the break, and I think this is obviously your best target, but it's a very thin, I don't know, I'm kind of in between on that one. I'm gonna try to do this without actually. You got this here is pretty huge. This is another daily that could hold it. So this would be my first target. My first immediate target would be this. This is a massive target. You don't have anything daily there, do you? Dude, why the fuck does TradingView jump around? Like, dude, can't you just stay where I have you and expand? Another problem with TradingView, there's just shit technology. So this is not tested. Well, actually, it could be tested on the local time frame. I haven't actually checked. So you've got a 4 hour here, okay? So you got a 4 hour here. That 4 hour is hit, right? That 4 hours hit right now. So that's being hit. What else do you have though? You actually have been laddering hourly levels. So there is a real case in point to say, okay, you got an hourly break here. That's fine. This is tested. I don't like it. This might be a 15, which is also the 4, so you don't need it. And you've got an hourly here. Okay. And that's actually right here. But you would never take this level. You would always take this. In case it decides to ladder, there's no benefit of taking this level over this level. What is it? If you save 5% and potentially miss the short, not worth. So this is what I would mark in this. Because this clearly was some kind of 15-minute level, laddered down, created the 1, hit a combo of some type here, or a internal ladder here, which would still be the 15, so you're still at the 1. This is the daily, this is the 4, this is the daily. Is there any -1 scenarios that make sense here past the 1 hour? So that's the question I ask myself. Is there any purpose to go further? Or are these the levels that make a difference? Like, is this what we're doing? So, okay, so you're on the hourly right now. So if you go to the 15 and you get the hourly, is there any deep dive? So you got daily for hourly. Daily for hourly. That's the first combo. Then you get into the secondary structure, which is here. Daily, daily. So daily for hourly, daily. What's the measurement? 30%. Okay. Oh, kiss my ass, TradingView. They can develop ways to force you to pay more money, but they can't develop ways to add more features. Sick. Fucking scummy company, dude. Hey, look at this new feature that we added. It allows us to advertise more, but hey, you need hotkeys, simple hotkeys to make levels? No, we can't do that. Yeah, go fuck yourself. I don't know what I marked on this, but I marked something. I don't know what it was. Don't think it's a long-term good target, but hey, if it works, it works. Is it okay to exit a trade? What was the question? Is it okay to exit a trade if you lose the wire of logic flow? Oh yeah, absolutely. Lock up your funds, brother. Just like Blazo said, lock it up, man. Lock it up, lock it up. And hope it hits and goes back to 64.5. The range is onset by 1 hour OG, 1 hour reverse. There is no 15-minute on both sides, so 79 1 hour OG. Be disconnected rebuy. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. Hey, Cotton. Been following you for about 4 years now. I finally went full-time in trading with your science 3 months ago. God bless, brother. Yeah, hell yeah. Right on. Right on, man. Right on. Okay, so we hit this 15. This is not good. This thing is still moving up. Not 30%. I would lock my 24% right here. You can actually get a 30. You can probably get like 28, but no, I'd be stopped out. I would have set it right there at this level right here. So yeah, whatever that is, you know, if you're in it. Day trading doesn't have to be as hard as people make it out to be. People overcomplicate things. And usually, you know what the number one thing I'm going to say that makes traders fail? You want to know what the number one thing is that makes traders fail? The overcomplication of simple knowledge and simple information. That's the number one thing that makes day traders fail. Number one. People overcomplicate the information too much and they start to like just get too inundated with all of the information, the data, the this, the that, the complexities. I think the way that we do logic flow in day trading decoded, where you have a level reduction process before you ever take any trades, is huge. And I'm going to give one example before I go, because I think this is a cool thing to talk about. All right. Well, let's say you mark a level on your screen. Okay. You mark a level right here. You're like, okay, I'm going to take a trade here. Right. All right. So you do that. What's your target? Local range. Okay. Cool. Take a trade. What's your target? Should already know your target before the trade. This creates a huge problem. Okay. Before I take any trade, I go through 1 through 12 in a massive way. I'm going to bring up an example of that. I'm going to show you what I do before I take a trade. Okay. Number one, identify my exterior levels. Here, let me turn off the camera for a second. Number one, identify my exterior levels that are being hit, so I understand what my 1 through 4 is. Most critical step in all of day trading is 1 through 4. I don't care what anybody says. 1 through 4 is critical. And if you're in mentorship, you get that. If not, just try to like do your best to go through this stuff. Then I create a range. Okay. Not only do I have to understand what's being hit, so the highest time frames, and this is just my step number one. This is up here is just step number one. Then I create my ranges. Then I find my ladder points. Then I identify masters and controllers. Then I mark all the origin levels. Then I mark all the interior levels getting through 5 through 8. Then I go and double check all my work through what I call feedback looping. Then I identify what's going to be used for trade entries and exits, which is a part of conditions. So then we have conditions get introduced. Then I pick my longs and shorts. Then I remove my irrelevant levels. And only then do I place an order and identify a target. I have 10, 11 steps before I even place an order in day trading. The idea of just picking a level and figuring it out as you go, to me, is blasphemy. I think that is one of the biggest errors people make as well. Overcomplicating and just like being on the whim. It's all one and the same, right? Like it's all a problem with newer traders, or any trader. Actually, it's all a problem with traders. There's not enough work done before the actual trade executes. People think trading is marking a level, picking a target, and then figuring it out after. Dude, you should have every single scenario pinned out, mapped out, all your conditions. I'm gonna exit my trade if it does that, if I take an entry here and we don't lose this rat because this time frame is holding it up. There's a 3-minute rat, which means it's gonna try to offset the 5-minute level up top. That means if there's a 5-minute level up top, the 3-minute rat hits on the bottom. I need to use either a 1-minute hold, and if we hit a break or any kind of push through a rat without a test, I'm actually out of the trade. There's so many conditions and things that I set prior to entering the trade that entering the trade is the last thing. I actually, once I'm in a trade, I have almost no work to do because everything's already predefined. Oh, I guess that'll be it for the stream. We definitely gonna need to get back to streaming next week on Tuesday. Any final questions for me before I go? I'll give people like a minute here to answer. Some things take time. Yeah, absolutely. Some things do take time. 100%. Couldn't agree more. That's it. That's it for the stream, everybody. I think Tuesday will be the next day we're back. I don't know if I can make Monday. I don't think I can. I have way too much work Monday. I have like 6 hours of mentorship as well as meetings, as well as chart readers development. I have like a 14, 15-hour day on Monday. So to get a stream in would be a little difficult. But yeah, we'll be back Tuesday. We'll do some charting. We'll do some, maybe we'll even do some live trading. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, everybody enjoy your weekend. Take only good trades. That's my advice. Easier said than done, right? But yeah, we'll see everybody Monday. Not Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday. I don't think I can make it Monday. There's no way. I'm trying to think about if I can make it. There's no way. No, I don't think I can do it. No, because once I'm done mentorship, it's like noon. I wake up at 4 a.m. Then we're done mentorship at noon because I start at 5 a.m. Then I got 2 dev meetings. That takes me till 3. I gotta eat. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. We'll be back Tuesday. Cheers, everyone.